Well, this month, Virginia Beach school leaders plan to announce whether 6 books under review will stay in the system's libraries and curriculum.
Now, the books in question are part of a firestorm in school districts across the country. 10 on your side's Lex Gray found out more about how the controversy is playing out locally.
Loudly and adamantly on either side of the opinion, school board member Victoria Manning triggered the book reviews earlier this year. Here's why and how the school system decides what stays and what goes from the shelves.
Inappropriate and disgusting. You're going to hear this.
The books Nazis burned were about gender studies.
These scenes are from a Virginia Beach school board meeting, but the controversy.
It was everywhere that these books were inappropriate.
This fall, school board member Victoria Manning joined angry parents across the country when she flagged 6 books, 4 of them for what she calls inappropriate sexual content.
There were different concerns about different books.
The 2 others are about transgender teens and the civil rights movement, and Manning claims they may violate the school's equity policy.
There was a picture of white men giving the Nazi salute, and I really felt it was extremely biased.
Chief Academic Officer Dr. Kip Rogers explains how Virginia Beach is handling it.
We convene a committee and they read the book, and then they come back together and they convene about the book and determine whether there is alignment with our instructional philosophy in the school district.
Rogers says each committee is 6 or 7 people who each spend hours on the process, which explains why in Rogers's 11 years as an administrator,
I can only recall 3 other times where it has gotten to central office where we have to do a formal review of the piece of literature.
And not once was a book pulled from the shelves. Manning wants to see that change.
My job as not only a parent, but as a school board member to make sure that our children aren't being exposed to pornography and sexually explicit material at school.
Manning says it's because the material is extremely disturbing and graphic, so much so we can't show or describe it on air.
Yet that book is being used in curriculum for our high school students, and it's approved.
But Virginia Beach High School student Ure Amajuru says there are plenty more books with graphic content.
1984 or Shakespeare or parts of the Bible that have examples of sexual actions. And I think the fact that it is mainly LGBTQ plus books and books by POC authors are very deliberate.
By POC, Amajuru means the Black authors who wrote The Bluest Eye and A Lesson Before Dying. Lawn Boy and Gender Queer are about people struggling with their sexuality and gender identity.
We have to allow students opportunities to read books where they see themselves.
But Manning says it's not about that.
I don't care what the background is of the book. If there's sexually explicit material in it, that's specifically what I'm looking at. I want there to be a serious review of all of the books that we have.
That call to action didn't get the support of the board, but Rogers is hopeful the current reviews are an educational opportunity.
I think it's our responsibility to help them understand the rationale as to why these things are included in what we're providing for our students. Young adults are curious about the world around them. They're curious about themselves, and they're curious about things that may not necessarily align with individuals' beliefs or value system.
Rogers says the committee should be making their decisions and sending them to the superintendent later this month. You can look for those updates right here on Wavy TV 10. I'm Lex Gray, 10 on your side.